Oh boy, that's not a good look. This lighting. I need to trim my beard too. Anyway, I just wanted to give everyone an update, just a quick update, if you're curious, on the book. So here are some things to know about it. It was not on sale for a few hours yesterday because I was updating some. There were, a handful of typos I mentioned, sort of peppered throughout the book, that I went in and corrected. There was a table that was missing a column. I went in and corrected that. I'm sure there's other little tiny errors, but I feel like those were the most glaring ones that just needed to be corrected. So it's back up. So that's update number one. So it's buyable again on Amazon. It is on sale right now. So today is the 28th, right? Yes, it's the 28th. So it's on sale for like just about $15. So you can get a deal on it if you want to. I don't know when it's going to go back to its normal price of $19.95, but there you go. So that's update number two. It's on sale. Update number three is that I created the Facebook group for anyone who has the book already. So you have to have the book already to join the Facebook group. Now, I wrestled on whether or not to do that because I thought, well, if people are in the group and they don't have the book, they may be tempted to get the book when they see how much fun potentially folks are having working with it. But, I really want it to be a study group for folks who want company as they work through things. Now, not everyone obviously will be on the same page at the same time, but, you can help each other out. And just, I'll be there too. So I can answer questions on things that don't seem clear, or just, it'll be a good way to have a community, because the whole idea behind this was that it was going to be a class, and that just never worked out from a time point of view. So that's update number three. So the Facebook group is facebook.com/groups/tarot on earth, and I will leave the link below. I did put just like a question. So there's a question based on this book that you have to go in and answer in order to get approved to join the group. But once you have it, you can get it. That'll be that. I'm the only moderator at the moment, so we'll see how that works out. So that's that update. In terms of an ebook, so the process of formatting an ebook is not a simple one. And it's a busy time of year. So I am going to work on trying to find a format so that it can be sold on Kindle. But for folks outside the U.S., all right, well, yeah, for what I did was I posted a PDF on my Etsy shop. So you can buy a PDF of the book on Etsy. And I posted it specifically for folks outside of the United States who live in a place where Amazon isn't covering the book, or where Amazon isn't a thing. So, for example, I can't yet get the book on like Book Depository. I'm working on the process of finding out how to do that. It has to be listed in sort of an international books catalog, and I'm working through how to make that happen. So I started that just before Thanksgiving. I haven't heard word on how much that's going to cost or what, but I'm working on that. But for folks outside where you can't get the book shipped to you at a reasonable cost, I put the PDF up on my Etsy shop. I did price it higher than the physical book, which I went back and forth about, but here's why I ultimately decided to do that. And it's really not to penalize anyone, and I really, it's such a hard thing when you create content that's available online, because you want it to be respected, and most people will respect it, but you don't want it to end up on someone's website. So I priced it higher to discourage anyone who might just try to nick it from me, right? And also because you could theoretically print it. Again, it's like I would, I like ebooks when I'm like, I need my instant gratification mojo handled. But by and large, I prefer print books, and I just sort of want people to have the print book of this. So that's why I did that. But it's out there, and it's exponentially cheaper than buying a paper copy if you're in Australia, for example, or New Zealand, or at the moment in Canada. Although the next update is someone in Canada just told me that she was able to get the book on Amazon.com shipped, worldwide shipping to Canada. So if I find out what that link was, then I'll post it below too. But you may be able to get that to work for folks in Canada. I can't believe that CreateSpace and Amazon.ca don't work together. You like I said in the live chat, you can get this on Amazon, on French Amazon, even though the book's in English. But you can't get it in Canada. It's just really odd to me. So it's the perils of online or self-publishing, right? So that's the next update. The PDF you can get on Etsy. It's $25 US. I don't yet. The next update is that I still don't have my printed copies of the book. So I ordered 10, 2 to give away as gifts, and then the rest to sell signed on Etsy, and then I'll order more. But everyone is getting their copies of the books. Mine haven't even printed yet for some bizarre reason. So as soon as I get those, I'll put them up on the shop too. They will cost exactly the same amount they cost on Amazon. They will cost the cost of the book, which is $19.95. And then probably a small amount of shipping. Now, that's another option for folks internationally. It may be possible for me to ship internationally slightly less expensive than like Amazon might. So we can experiment with that too. But for folks who want to buy a signed copy of the book, I don't have them yet. Sorry. So as soon as I do, I'll put that out there. Are there other updates? No, I think that's everything. So just to recap, it's back up on sale. So it was down for a couple hours early this week because I was just putting in some updates to make it a little clearer and to fix a couple typos and fix a broken table. The Facebook group is up for anyone who has the book. You have to have the book to answer a question to get in the group. But once you have the book, that's all you need. So it's facebook.com/group/tarot on earth, and I'll post that link below. The ebook or PDF is up on my website for $25. At Etsy, I'll put that link below as well. Someone was able to order it from Amazon.com and get it shipped to Canada, so that's good news. And I don't yet have my copies to have signed and sold on Etsy yet. But as soon as I do, that's that. And the final thing was that it's on sale on Amazon right now. So if you want to bargain, go get it. Apparently it doesn't affect my royalties, so I say eat it up. It sold pretty well, and I really, really want to thank everyone who purchased it so far, whether for gifts or just because you're supporting me or whatever. It means a lot, and this was, as I said, a labor of love, but it was a labor of love in many ways, not just making it, but also in this really deep sort of evangelical passion I have for sharing this amazing tool that we have and that we work on and that we work with together. So I am just really thankful for folks who have purchased it and have posted about it and shared their experiences and say they're enjoying it. Again, it's not for everybody. Not everybody loves everything, but for the folks that have it and are liking it, that's that. I should also say, and I haven't said this before, that while I do recommend that you actually do the work in the book, right? I talk about in the book how I'm a skipper of activities. I remember the first time I went through Mary Kay Greer's Tarot for Yourself, I didn't do any of them. And I'm like, well, I didn't get anything out of that. And someone was like, that's because you didn't do any of the work. So I went back and did it. You don't necessarily have to do all of this in order, theoretically. Ish. You know what I mean? Like the first couple chapters, you could do elements before numbers. You could do the trumps kind of before you do the pips if you want to. So you have some flexibility there. And the other thing too is there are all those interludes. So if you're working on a particularly long activity and you're just enjoying my beautiful prose, you always have the interludes to go to. And I wrote those partly to give yourselves a break and partly just to have something to read if you're working. Like the activity on the trumps is a big, long one. And the research and the pips, the numbers is a big, long one too. So just, know that you don't necessarily have to go completely in order, especially with the interludes, because those interludes are more like essays. There's maybe an activity or two suggested or sprinkled in there, but reading those earlier will only add to the experience of everything else. So don't feel like you have to. And here's the other thing, like if something's really interesting to you, skip to it. You know what I mean? It's like the way that it's written, it is cumulative, but if there's something that you're really passionate about and you really want to start there, do it. And whatever, you'll figure it out. You'll find the answers, or you can go back and reference earlier chapters. So it's about you. You know what I mean? Like I in the book talk about like please do the exercises, don't skip them. But in terms of how you approach the exercises, if something that I've given you doesn't work and you want to try it a different way, do it. Do it. It's about you and it's about your experience and your learning. So those are some book updates and some thoughts. So thanks again. I hope if you celebrated it, you had a great Thanksgiving. If you didn't celebrate it, I hope that you had a lovely week and a weekend. And I hope that this week isn't kicking your butt too much because it is mine. And also, I just found out we're about to head into another Mercury retrograde. I don't have the energy for that. Why Mercury? Why? Why? Anyway, maybe buying this book and joining our friends on Facebook to work through the activities will help us through that Mercury retrograde. So be good. Talk to you soon.